Hello there everyone, it's YouthLib 2012 here, and this video is it's a time capsule, and this one will be about what is life like for a young person today, and I'll go through mainly, it's basically based off my experiences, but I think there's some universal experiences that all young people have faced now in 2012. And when people are watching this video 50 years from now, I want them to look back and say, wow, I can't believe you guys had it that bad, or that was crazy, what it really was like that back then. So yeah, I'm really gonna make this video. It can't be that long due to time reasons, but it's really just it's a time capsule. I want you all to see what it was like for us back in these days. First, you must understand that because of my grandparents, I lived a pretty, on my father's side at least, I lived a pretty okay life. My grandparents provided for me very well, and it was dark sides to everything, but it wasn't. My father's parents they did a very good job at providing the financial support and everything. But the life for a young person is like this. When you're young, you belong to your parents. They tell you what to do, how to dress, what friends you can have, what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot eat. They pretty much control your entire life. These are the lives of kids nowadays, and it's very oppressive. And particularly for a young boy, your mother is always right. Your mother tells you what to do. She tells you how to think. She tells you what is right. You can never challenge what she says. She's always right. And that's the life that young boys live, and that's the life we've lived for years now. And when I remember in our family, on my father's side, there was a separate table for adults and young people. And you had to earn your way into the adult table. I know in the future you guys will be looking back and think, what, that's crazy, but that's the way it was, honestly. That's the way it still is in many families. And in some families you had to wait after the adults were served, and then the young people could be served their food. It was the oldest to youngest. Hopefully that will be different in you guys' day in the future, but that's why I'm always thinking about the future. Hopefully in the future it'll be better. And you can never, there's a thing called talking back. There is a thing called talking back. You can't talk back to an adult. And so the adult can sit there and curse you out and call you stupid and put you down and call you all types of names, but you couldn't say anything back because the worst thing you can be called in this day and age is a disrespectful child. That is like the ultimate terrible name you can be called, a disrespectful child. And youth rights is, in its infancy stage now, and hopefully those things will change, but that's just the way it is now. Hopefully it will change where you can have a voice saying, yeah, you might be disrespectful, but so what, Who says that you are entitled to respect because you're a parent? And yeah, that's how life is now, you don't really have that many rights as a young person. Your parents can smack you and hit you, and it's really not against the law. And in my grandparents' generation, even your teachers could beat you. And that did happen back in those days. The teachers would beat the kids. And it was an awful system. So we've gone past the days of a teacher hitting a child. Now we want to remove a parent hitting a child, but we still are in this stage where parents can hit their children. And hopefully in my time, even it doesn't matter if I'm an old man or not, we'll be able to see a world where all types of hitting of young people is outlawed. It's completely a crime. And there's also these terrible things now where young people are sentenced to life sentences. It's absolutely terrible. A young person committing a crime, despite how heinous it is, should be given a second chance. But they're not. They're oftentimes given these long, lengthy sentences, and their life is over. They're not an adult. They shouldn't be held to those type of standards of, oh, this person committed a crime, so their whole life is signed away. No, they give them a second chance. But these are things that we don't have now. And right now, the main organization that runs the youth movement is the National Youth Rights Association. But the problem with them is they only deal with the political side of things, the right to vote and lowering the drinking age and things like that. Not really issues that deal with, the everyday child, the things that really matter a lot, like no fault emancipation, minorism, and, employment without parental consent. And that's the life we live in now. This is a very short video, and hopefully when you guys see this in the future, it won't be like this. But yeah, hopefully things will change. Hopefully they will absolutely change, and we'll have a more integrated world where young people and adults are in the same sphere. And yeah, that's life now, and tune in later and we'll have some more for you.